Hello, everybody. It is the first day of Care December. It's December the 5th, and the theme of this season is green. And today's prompt is green light. So we're beginning with a green light. So it's go. I've chosen the book. This happens to be Guide to Good Wine, illustrated, and I have deconstructed it and put a piece of lace on on the cover in the spine, and I have put together three signatures. It's way more than I need for this project because this project is 15 days. These are three signatures of 10 pages each, and I think they fit nicely in this book and will give me some room to grow. So I'm going to sew these in at sometime later. So I'm going to start today on this page. I'll put the book aside. And like I said, the color is green. This is it's a green blue, a blue green Bahama Breeze, kind of the color of water that's green, a bluish green. So anyway, I've got that candle. One of my friends gave me that as an early Christmas present, so it fit in well. And one of the things that Cassia has asked us to do is to pull together the things that you're going to use for this project. So I have started putting together some greens, green paint. I have my green watercolor here. I have a large selection of greens in this watercolor palette, and I'm going to use that. And I'll be using, of course, more things, but I've just started kind of pulling together what I want to do. And when I think of green, I've often told this to friends of mine, as from an artist's point of view. If you look at, I live in Virginia, in the valley of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and if you look out across the mountains, there is, of course, now it's fall, and there are a lot of trees that are there. But when you in the spring and the summer, you look out over the valley and the mountains, and you see the variety of greens that there are out there. There are all sorts of shades of green, and I think about the fact that God could have made us colorblind. We had to have no color at all, but He chose to give us such a variety of colors, and particularly of green. When you look out at the forest and how beautiful it is, and how many different shades of green, or you look at a garden and you see a mixture of greens and all sorts of other colors. So anyway, what I think about trees, and I think about botanicals, and so that's what I'm going to draw or paint here, is something to do with floral. And I've got some water here. I think it's still clean enough for me to use. And I'm gonna, or maybe I should do a little bit of drawing and sketching before I do and put any paint down. I'm gonna, one of my favorite things to paint and sketch is a coneflower. And so I'm going to do 2 or 3 coneflowers, and there are different colors of coneflowers. But I'm going to kind of try to bring out the the green in here. I'm not going to have a green coneflower, but I am going to have some green on this. So here's my stem. Got a rare, and I'll put another one over here. And of course, the leaves are going to cross over, under and over. This is kind of a rough sketch. I'll have a little more detail when I bring out the color. And maybe, I think maybe this is what I'm going to work with. I usually like to do, going to need more color than that because I need something besides green. I have this set of watercolors that I use frequently, and it's got more color choices. Now I've got to spritz it a little bit to get okay, and I'm going to do the centers of my coneflowers in sort of a yellow. I guess it's not sort of a yellow, that is a yellow, isn't it? And then I'm going to put a bit of orange in there, and maybe a little bit of brown. And the petals, I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to add some white to it, but right now I'm just going to kind of give a shadow, and a shadow under here. Okay, let's, I have this Dr. P.H. Martin, I always forget to say doctor, but Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. And I use this, I splatter a lot with it, but right now I'm just going to paint a bit of these petals with the white. A bit of highlight on this center. Now I want to do a few splatters before I move on to the green. I'm going to do some orange splatters and some, I'm running out of yellow here, so I really need to, I can't find my tube watercolor paints. Okay, so now I've got some green in that, but I bought all these greens. I want to start using them, and let me get a bit of a smaller brush. Well, you know what? I've got I have these Derwent Inktense pencils. This one is leaf green, and I think that when I tried it, it was very, very dark. So These are watercolor pencils made by Derwent, and they're called Inktense because they are very intense. The color is. And let's do a bit of, I put a piece of deli paper underneath this page so it don't, hopefully won't get too much on any pages underneath. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna put a little bit of green up here and right here. And I need to darken the sketch itself. Maybe I'll dry it before I do that. When I first started pulling everything together, the papers together, I have a lot of ledger paper, and I was going to just do ledger paper, and I thought, well, no. So I pulled in some pages, some Pendle music pages, and I got some pages from the book that I disassembled, the wine book, and then some other pages too. So anyway, I've got a variety of papers. I had another pencil here somewhere. What do I do with it? Here it is. I've worked myself down into where I don't have a lot of room to work. I'm just doing some loose sketch of the petals. Sketchy lines. All right, so let's see what else I want to do. I've got some grass down here. Let me pull this other palette out, and maybe I'll put some blue. And green is not the only color, but that's just the theme for this. Well, now there I'm pulling green out. I'm also doing, those of you who follow me know that I'm doing Art Journal Advent as well, which started on the 1st. All right, so let's see if I want to put a little bit more color there. I think I've got a yellow Inktense pencil out here too, so maybe we'll do a little bit with that as well. All right, so I think I'm gonna dry this. Because I had the yellow on here, it mixed with the blue and of course gave me a green, which kind of goes with the whole thing. Okay, so let's see. Well, I see a wet spot. And I've been using this ink. It's Noodler's ink, Lexington Gray, and I've been using this on the Original Advent, and I think I'll just go ahead and use it on this as well, and add my and add the prompt to the page. And I've got a dip pen here. And I've been doing the faux calligraphy where you double the size of the double the width of the downstrokes. So I'm going to do that here. All right, so there's my first day of Care December, and I'm going to dry this again, and then we will be finished. Okay, so I think that's pretty much dry. Let me pull this out. And so there you have day one of Care December. Thank you for joining me. You know what? I'm not quite done. I want to do some white splatters, so let me get a brush here. It's like, for me, a page is not complete until it has a few splatters on it. Something adds some life to it. I've been using gold as well on the Art Journal Advent, but I don't think I'm going to use it on this one because we'll stick with the green. Could do some green splatters. Okay, I think that's got it. Let me dry it just one more time. Okay, I think that's probably good enough for now. So there you have it. Day 1, green light for Care December. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.